on over.
I'm Chris, a recovering Yankee living in the South. If having company for coffee, dinner, or even a last-minute popover sends you into a fit of panic, I can show you a few tips for being a great host or hostess anytime, day or night. So tune in, take notes, and learn to be fearless in saying, "Come on over."
Hello. Today we're going to talk about how the guest experience starts at your front door. Now at my front door, I have a bit of a patio here, not enough to really entertain on, but certainly large enough for a beautiful pot of flowers, or in this case, 2 of them. So what we're going to do today is pot up these pots and put them where they need to go, and you will see that it's instant beauty. I was told by a master gardener that the same price that I would pay to buy all these flowers individually, I can pay for a pre-potted, really more mature collection of plants. And in this collection, I have sweet potato vine, I have pink verbena, and I have a lovely pink geranium. In fact, I've got this tag here somewhere, and I will, you know what? I'm going to have Tyler put it up on the screen for you and show you what the actual name of this is. So what I have to do to make this happen is I have to just cut off, these are plastic, cut off the hanging part, free the flowers from the pot they're in, and just put them down in my own pot. So simple, so easy, and really cost effective in the end. So let's get after it. I'm going to go ahead, put on my garden gloves because very important. Save the nails, ladies, save the nails. I have a couple of tools with me. One is a kind of a digging tool if I need to free the pot up, and the other is a pair of scissors. So I'm going to finish cutting through these without bothering the plant. See, they just cut right off. And if it is a metal hanger, most scissors will get through that. So I'm done with that. I'm going to just see how tight this is in here, and it's not very tight. I may need to kind of encourage it to come out of the pot a little bit. And if they do separate a little bit as you're getting them out of the pot, that's okay, as long as you're not just really ripping at them. Okay, so let me get in here with my digging tool. And I think this is going to come out pretty easily. I could be wrong. See how it's lifting up out of here? So I'm going to lift it right out of its pot. And it's all one piece. So what I've done in here is I've already moved my soil around to create a well. I want this to go right down in that well, and I do want it to be down in and not above the lip, because when you water it, you want to be able to really get the water to stay in and not come bubbling over and onto your newly done pedicure, if you know what I'm saying. So this pot is in. I will need to add a bit more potting soil, which I will do, and then I'll water it in, and then bonus, you have an extra pot if you need to do something else with flowers later. What I like to use for my pots is pretty specific. It's the Miracle Grow Moisture Control Potting Mix, and you can see down here it says it protects against over and under watering. Now let's be honest, most of us do over or under water. So it just helps in that way, and it does have some nutrients in there too, very important. So this is a brand new bag. It should be super fresh. And I'm just going to take a good old red Solo cup and get in here with this wonderful, I wish you could see, and I'll show you in a second here. It's very crumbly, it's really rich. And this potted plant, anytime that you move a plant, you're kind of ticking it off in a way. You're disturbing the roots, and so you want to give it a reason to be happy and to bloom for you, and putting in this kind of rich soil really helps. Now you might notice that when I'm putting in the soil, I'm tamping down on the soil, because when I water it, that water is going to push that down even more, and what you don't want are the roots exposed to the elements. You want to get it all down in there, even though the potting soil they used when they put it in the hanging basket was good. This stuff is better, and it really helps in every possible way. You could even tell from the color of this soil compared to what was in the pot. Pot's kind of brown. This soil is a nice, rich black, very full of good things. And you see I'm pushing down, I'm trying to close any gap that's there. And you know, you might have to do that a couple of times. You might get in here and you've watered it and you've noticed that there are some holes, some gaps. Just get your cup and get back in there and give it a little bit more happiness, and it will thank you for it all summer. Let's start on the second pot. I want to talk a little bit more about why I chose these particular flowers in this pot. Yes, they are stunningly beautiful and I love pink, but where I'm standing right now gets full afternoon sun. So I needed plants that would hold up to that. And when I mean full, I mean it is the hottest part of the day. And so I can't get anything on this front porch that is a part shade or a shade plant. It just wouldn't be able to take the heat. So the pink verbena that you see right here, it is a profuse bloomer. And it will bloom, bloom, bloom no matter what. It just blooms all summer. Those of you who remember geraniums in your parents' or your grandparents' yard, you know that those were out in full sun. They do like to be deadheaded. They don't need to be deadheaded, but they like to be deadheaded. But you can just see that when they die back, you pop them off. And then we have a sweet potato vine here that will take just about anything you throw at it. So these are really, really great full sun plants, all together in one pot, already potted for me. Now, I also want to talk about why I chose these pots to begin with when I put them up here years ago. It's because they're tall. And why that matters in this particular spot is because I want to create these heights. I want the tall pot to be able to look through the window and look out the window from inside and inside. Then I have smaller pots around it with different blooms. And you might also notice that I have birds galore in the front of my yard, and they love to be part of the conversation. So enjoy that. And I want you to notice how brown the soil and the root system is. It's pretty rooted in. I'm going to put it down in here into this well of soil that I've already created. So at this point, I'm just going to go through and pick out some things I don't like, and then I'm going to add some more soil, and it's going to be ready to go, just like that. Instant beauty. Here we are at the third pot that's close to my front door. Now, what I love about this pot is that when my guests drive up, you can see the approach right here. They get out of their car and they walk down this sidewalk, and I like them to see something really dramatic here at the foot of the steps. So what I have for this pot is a red sensation cordyline. You might also call this a spike of some sort. It creates the dramatic height that I want here. And it's going to get even taller and thicker and more robust as the heat hits it. Now, this is also a full sun, hugely hot afternoon plant. It not only gets afternoon sun, it gets morning sun. So it needs to be very, very happy in this pot. Then around it, I'm going to put these unbelievable petunias. Now, my mother just passed out because she's watching this, because she knows that I usually don't care for petunias. This is called Midnight Gold, and it was new very recently. You couldn't even find them. They were so new, and when I saw a flat of them at an Ace Hardware, I bought the entire flat because I knew I was going to have a place to use these. So I actually built this pot around this petunia. Now, this is what you would call a wave and a mounding petunia at the same time. It will get up to 10 inches tall. Isn't that awesome? And it will get 14 or more inches wide. So I'm going to place these around the corners of this cordyline. I'm going to put the best ones at the front, like this, the other two around the back. And if I notice that one part is growing better than another, or one part is suffering, I'll just turn the pot. So let's get after it. So I'm going to go ahead and use this beautiful 3 blooms right here, and I'm going to put it up here towards the front of the pot because that's where my guests are coming. You can see it's got a great root system. It's a little bit rooted in. I might loosen it up just a bit, and I want it the same height now as my cordyline. So here it is in the corner. and it's just going to stay right there. I want it there. Then I'm going to take this other one that has also 3 blooms up here at the front, a 4th starting. And you know, they don't look like much right now because they're just starting out, but they are going to be magnificent. We'll see if we can find a photo to show in the comments about what they really look like as they get going. So here now I have one that with a couple of blooms, a 3rd one's coming. I'm going to go ahead and put that one over in this corner because you can see this. My neighbors can see this from here. There's nothing obstructing the view. And then I'm going to take this last one that has no blooms, still really healthy though, and I'm going to put it in this far corner because it's up against other shrubbery over here. Now, I haven't even put the soil in. Isn't that fun? It's going to be even more fun when it fills in.
Okay. As soon as you're done, that's when the dog stops barking.
Right.
Oh, it was right there.
Stupid. It's a little tiny bird too. It wasn't even like a monster parrot or anything. Okay, let's water this bad boy in. No, let's not say that.
Come on over. Now go make someone feel special today.